Hello, friends. This is Damita, and I'm sitting here in Wales, in the United Kingdom, with my friend in the Dhamma, my Kalyana Mitra. And this is our sixth discussion that we are sending out to you with the objective of helping us to understand the path of the Dhamma, the true meaning and teachings of the Buddha, cutting out a lot of the noise and misunderstanding and trying to get hold of the essence of the Buddha's teaching. The objective is to reach Nibbana, to reach Nibbana in this lifetime, not to postpone it to sometime in the future. But the beauty of it is if we practice the Buddha's teaching in order to reach Nibbana in this lifetime, it also gives us all the understanding that we need in order to live our lives, everyday lives, with our jobs, our responsibilities, our loved ones, carrying out our duties in a way that will not harm anybody but will not interfere with our journey to Nibbana. So it's an everyday application of the Buddhist philosophy with a view to reaching Nibbana in this lifetime. So, my dear Hamdruni, I'm really grateful that you are here with me today. And your teachings over so many years have helped me to understand this. And I know you are my Kalyana Mitra because you have realized Nibbana yourself. You have practiced the Nirodha Sampatti that we have talked about. And therefore, you are a person who is equipped, knowledgeable, and fit to be my teacher. And I am hopeful that through this vehicle we can help lots of others out there. You have explained to me that even though there are millions, billions of people out in the world, only a small number of people will eventually be able to truly understand and practice the word of the Buddha. But you also told me that even though it is so complex and difficult for so many people to understand, still there are people who have understood it within the Buddha's lifetime with just 4 stanzas, within 4 hours. And therefore, it is possible for people like you and me to understand it and practice it in this lifetime. And do not think that you do not have the talent or the time in order to do this and practice it. You do. So, Hamdurne, can you tell me about what is the sutra or teaching of the Buddha that we can use to start to think about the practice of Buddha Dhamma?
The Buddha's the practical sutra is the Sathi Pattana. Sati means the mind. Pattana means how do you practice this? The mind practice. Sati Pattana. Sati Pattana Sutra, Lord Buddha mentioned about the practical way. He is starting Eka yono ayam bhikkhave maggo satthanang visuddhiya soka pariddhavanang samatikkamaya nyayassa adhigamaya nibbhanaya sacca kiriyaya yadidhan chattaro sati pattanati. The Sati Pattana Sutra explain how do you practice sati or mind. It is the Ekayono ayam bhikkhave maggo. This is the only one way. There are no several ways.
Ekayana.
Ekayono. This is the only one way to achieve Nibbana. There is only one way. There are no many ways. Nowadays, most of the people preaching, practicing several
many
ways,
different
several meditation. In
Certainly.
Burma, more than 80 meditation system. I have practiced all the system, but only one place using Sathi Pattana.
So, Sathi Pattana Sutra from the Lord Buddha is very important to stress here, because if we start off from that as our launch pad, then it will help us understand exactly what the Buddha says. So it will get rid of all the noise and the confusion. As my friend was explaining to me, if when you go abroad, but even within Sri Lanka and certainly within the UK, there are so many meditation centers, so many meditation techniques, and when you go on the internet, when they call it mindfulness or meditation or awareness or whatever they might call it, you will be confused and think, whoa, are these ways to discipline my mind in order to get to Nibbana? The answer is no. There's only one way. You might find it on the internet, you might find it with various monasteries or meditation centers you go to. But look carefully and understand, is what they're talking about, is it going to help you to achieve that Nirodha Samapatti we talked about in the previous episodes? So the very first line of the of this
Ekayano ayam bhikkave maggo.
Ekayano among bhikkave maggo. Maggo meaning
path.
So Buddha is talking to his disciples, saying this is the one path for you to follow. And then he's saying,
Ekayano ayam bhikkave maggo sattanam visuddhiya.
Sattanang Visuddhi.
It means satta means the animal. Animal can't reach the nibbana. It means the human beings. Sattanam visuddhiya, your liberation. Liberation means ultimate liberation. Sattanam visuddhiya, soka pariddhavanang samatikkamaya. It means get rid of your sorrow and everything. Soka pariddhavanang samatikkamaya dukkha domanassanang. It means the pain and suffering and everything. Dukkha domanassanang samatikkamaya nyayas. It reached the intelligence. Soka paridha samatika nyayasa adhigamaya. Adhigamaya means nibbana. Adhigamaya nyayasa nibbanaya satcha kiriyaya. There are satcha kiriyaya. That is the kiriyaya means the actions. Satcha kiriyaya means the truth, the
Correct.
action, correct action. Satcha kiriyaya. Sathi Pattana. There are 4 things, the Sathi Pattana. What is the 4 things? We have to know about that, the 4 ways. The Sathi Pattana, we have to practice the 4 ways.
Okay. So the Buddhamdara is therefore talking about emphasizing to his disciples that there is one route to take if you are to apply yourself in order to reach liberation. In other words, another name for Nibbana. And to do that, there are 4 principles you would need to follow. What are those 4 principles, Sandhurana?
According to the sutra, one is called the Kayanupassana.
Kayanupassana,
Second one is called the Vedananupassana.
Vedananupassana,
Third one is called the Dhammanupassana.
Dhammanupassana,
Fourth one is called the Chittanupassana.
Chittanupassana. So all those 4 principles end in anupassana. That means
Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Dhammanupassana, Chittanupassana.
what is the meaning of passana or anupassana?
Passana means the practice.
Practice. So practice of
Kaya, Vedana, Dhamma, Chitta. That's 4 words also the misinterpretation.
okay. So the
Here,
kaya.
Kaya
What is the
anupassana.
misinterpretation at the moment? People are thinking kaya anupassana means
Kayanupassana means the kaya means the body. You have to control your body.
okay. That is what people are thinking that it
Nowadays,
means now.
for that, they are using breathing.
breathing techniques.
Breathing techniques.
You know how there's some meditation that we do, thinking about taking your breath in, taking your breath out. So those kind of kaya anupassana, in other words, the kind of meditations involving your body. So the misinterpretation is that the Buddha talked about that kaya anupassana means those sort of meditation practices where we use various functions
Not
of our
only
body.
the breathing.
Yeah, various other things
Yeah,
about
we
it.
are cutting the parts, the memorizing. It is called sensation.
Okay.
We focus our mind some sensation in the whole the body,
Okay.
and we can 32 parts.
Yeah.
It is called that the 32 parts meditation.
Yeah.
Uh,
Parts of the body.
Parts of the body.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes in this sutra also mention about that. We have to go to the at that time the dead body throw to the jungle.
Yes.
Then 9 times, that Sathi Pattana Sutra also mentioned about that.
Yeah.
9 times we have to go to the jungle
Yeah.
to what is happening that first week, what is happening that the dead body.
Okay.
And you can in the 3rd week, 4th week, we have to go to the jungle and see what is happening in
Is
the
Buddha
body.
saying we should do that, or that's a misunderstanding?
Misunderstanding.
Okay. What is the correct understanding?
Correct understanding, kaya anupassana. Kaya means we are talking about that the 5 organs. That is kaya.
Okay.
Then kaya anupassana. Anupassana means not the practicing, thinking. We have to control these 5 organs.
Yes.
Closing the eyes, we have to go to the silent place. At that time we can control our sounds.
Yes.
Then close the mouth, and we have to go to the good environment, not hot or cold area.
Yeah.
Then not special smelling area.
Yeah.
Then this sutra, the second part mention about where you want to go. Aranyagattva, Rukkamulagatva, Sunyagaragatva. When you are going to the Aranya Rukkamula Sunyagara, automatically we no need to practice. Automatically Kayanupassana is happen.
Okay. So the misunderstanding in the Sathi Pattana Sutra comes from what the Buddha has talked about, those 4 principles. So people have misinterpreted and said that actually what the Buddha is saying is that we need to concentrate and focus our minds upon the decaying of dead body, or the various parts that form our body, like the nose and the mouth and the teeth and the bones and the ligaments and things like that, or focus on various functions of the body such as breathing and so on. But that is a misinterpretation. What my friend here is just explained to us is the correct interpretation is what the Buddha mentions by kaya anupassana is actually talking about the combination of those 5 organs of sensation that we talked about before: our hearing, our vision, our taste, our smell, and our sense of touch or heat or pain that we get from the skin and so on. Those 5. What we're talking about, the anupassana there, is focusing on ways and efforts in order to minimize and switch off the inputs from those 5 doors that let signals into your consciousness. To control that, my friend is explaining to me that the Buddha went on to talk about the kind of environment that you need to achieve those things. You need a place. If you're a bhikkhu, you are encouraged to go to a place and sit on your own in a quiet space without strong odors or smells, without strong fluctuations in temperature and so on. Therefore, it is going to be a place of neutral comfort, no strong sounds, no disturbing smells, a place where you can close your eyes and therefore shut the visual signals, and then you have controlled kaya, the conglomeration of those five, kayanupassana. That is for the bhikkhus. But we'll talk about what you and I can do that is equivalent. We cannot go to Aranyagatava, Sunyagaragatava, Rukkamulagatava. We cannot go to monasteries or go to an empty place or go to a jungle and sit on the roots of a beautiful tree. We can do that. We can make time to do that for ourselves, and we should. A lot of us take 2 or 3 weeks minimum every year in order to do that. But it's not practical. But we'll think of ways to do that for ourselves. So Hamdurane, Kayanupassana, and then Buddhahamduru says 4 other things.
The Vedananupassana.
Vedana, that means sensations or
people
feelings.
Now is spreading. When we are sitting here, we can some paining. We have to concentrate the pain in place. That is the nowadays people misinterpretation. Vedana means that is also one of the Vedana, but Buddha explained the sensation of when you are using that the 5 organs, we can some sensation. We have to stop that sensation. We no need to by forcefully stop it. When you are closing our eyes, automatically the eye sensation is okay. Then when we go to the calm and quiet place, the sound sensation is okay. All the other 5 organs, 3 organs also controlling. That is called the Vedananupassana.
So I understand the misunderstanding. So Vedana can have a number of different meanings depending on the context, just like we've explained before. In this context, what we understand, remember, we need to make sure that this is consistent with the message that the Buddha is giving right from the beginning, a path to Nibbana. So the path to Nibbana is about meditating and focusing, not about what feelings are coming through to my mind. For example, as I am sitting here now, talking to you and to my teacher, I am feeling a little pain coming from the base of my spine, from the back here. Now, if I am to do Vedananupassana in the...
you focus your mind for that basis.
So that means that I should close my eyes and focus on the pain that is arising from my back and keep focusing on it. And then if some other feeling might come, maybe I might abandon that one and then go to the other feeling. Or if a sound is coming, I focus on that sound that is coming through to me. All these sensations, it means a technique of meditation that focuses on various sensory inputs from our 5 senses. But actually, that will lead you in the wrong direction. The correct direction can only be understood if you interpret Vedananupassana in a different way. Vedananupassana actually means using your techniques of meditation, your preparation for the meditation, in such a way that you are ready to sit or assume a position or posture that is comfortable to you, so that you are in an environment and in a posture that you can maintain for a little while. At first you might say 5 minutes, then you might say 5 hours, later on you might say 3 days. But for now, let's say 5 minutes. If we want to achieve that neutral environment, we have to make a plan. We have to plan, right? We have to get ready. That is the vipassana we are talking about. Getting ready, making sure your environment is in such a situation that you minimize and then slowly bring it to a zero, the signals that are coming in. And you can train yourself. With vision, it is very easy. All you got to do is close your eyes. With hearing, it's not that easy, but if you go to a place where things are quiet. In my house here in Wales, I have nice double glazing windows. I'm in a house that is not close to a noisy environment, and the traffic in the road outside is minimum after 5 p.m. So switch off my phone, put it on silent or do not disturb mode, switch off the TV and other things. And actually, I live on my own, so it's easy for me. So I can make my environment conducive to sitting down and thinking about nothing. That's what it's about. So when people misinterpret and talk about Vedananupasana, they are asking people to think about various sensations coming in. That's wrong. What you've got to do is find a way to minimize or zero the inputs that are coming in. But if some things escape, you're not going to be thinking about them. You're going to ignore them so that your mind remains unfluttered, uncluttered. And then you are left with trying to control the thoughts that are coming into your mind. That's what you're doing with Vedananupasana. You are trying to minimize and reduce to zero all those sensations that are coming in. After Vedananupasana,
Yes. The Vedananupasana, someone is practicing that the focus in the your pain point, naturally the your pain also getting rid of. That is okay. It is true.
Okay.
But it is not Lord Buddha's guiding. But when you are focusing the pain in place, within 2-3 minutes your paining getting rid of.
okay,
That is okay. But some people think about that is okay. Automatically that pain is okay. But next one is Dhammanupassana.
okay,
Dhammanupassana is okay. Dhammanupassana means mention about that the sutra also Panchupadanaskandha.
Okay.
Panchupadanaskandha means the vijnana. We have to control, we have to get rid of the consciousness or the
Yes.
Panchupadanaskandha. That is the Dhammanupassana.
Okay.
It is okay. Fourth one is the best way. Then Lord Buddha explaining Ekayona Bhikkhave Maggo after the next paragraph starting Aranyagatova, Rukkamulagatova, Sunyagaragatova, Nisidati Pallankam Abhujitva. You have to start one position, or sitting position, or you are freely 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. You have to think what is the position I have to start.
right. So it's part of the preparation.
Yeah, preparation. This is also preparation. And Nisidati Pallankam Abhujitva Ujunkaya Panidhaya Parimukam. If you are healthy, you have to straight.
With your spine straight.
Yeah, you are straight. Then it is very important. The position is the important. After explain how to do the Chittanupassana. Ujunkaya Panadaya Parimukam Sating Upattapetta. The fourth one is how do you Sating Upattapetta? How do you control? How do you practice to achieve the emptiness of your mind? It is called Chittanupassana. The position, body, you prepare after you practice Chittanupassana.
Okay. So this is emphasizing the same message. You need to have the correct environment. You need to prepare yourself in such a way that you are ready to assume a posture or position of comfort. If you are healthy, if you are fit, if you have no other physical limitation, then the best posture is the lotus position, or a variation of the lotus position, where you're sitting down with your legs crossed in front of you and you're holding your spine absolutely straight. That's important. And that's why it's important for you and I to engage in this before we are too frail and weak and elderly and we can't actually do it. But don't worry. If you are too frail or elderly or ill in order to achieve that position, the Buddha doesn't say that it's got to be always the same. You could be lying down, okay? You could be in any other posture. You could be sitting in a chair or a stool or somewhere comfortable and achieve that posture. Try and keep your spine straight, as my friend is explaining. And that, when you've done that preparation and achieved that posture, you have controlled your Vedananupassana with all those five sensations. Now you're in a position to focus on the real beast, and that is your own thoughts, your own memories, your own fears and anxieties and other emotions. Those are the things that are really difficult to control. If you think that it's difficult to control the sounds that are coming into your ear, it's difficult, but not as difficult as controlling your mind. If you think it's difficult to control the visions or the smells, it's more difficult to control the minds. Difficult, takes practice, but it's achievable, it's practical. We have 4 minutes left. So what do we emphasize now? So the practice of this meditation, which is the Vipassana Bhavana, is very different from the other type of Bhavana. Vipassana Bhava and the other type of Bhavana?
Samatha Bhava.
Samatha Bhava is different from the Samatha Bhavana. So all these misunderstandings that we are getting even from this particular sutra is directing people at doing some form of Samatha Bhavana. That's not what we want. What we want is a Vipassana Bhavana. And that is why we are analyzing the stanzas so that you will understand what the Buddha is talking about is controlling your mind by switching off the sensations that are coming in from your sensory organs and your receptors, and switching off your thoughts. But to do this, you can't just do it in any old way. You need to prepare. And the Buddha is talking about the details of your preparation. And he's saying to the bhikkhus, there is only one way. And this is the way. If you think you can follow 80 different other ways, then you are wrong. And that's important. There is this one way, because any other way will keep on giving you more and more and more perceptions. If you are focusing on your pain, if you're focusing on your vision, if you're focusing on your breathing, if you're focusing on your hearing and things, that's the wrong way. It's actually going to give you more vijnana, not less. What we want to do is practice what the Buddha has said. That is the method for the Vipassana Bhavana. So how do we do it, you and me? My friend here has said about how he, as a Buddhist monk, he has got his 4 needs already fulfilled, free of charge, without having to do a job. He can get food, he can get medicine, he can get shelter, he can get clothing, because he is an ordained bhikkhu. But for you and me, we have got jobs, we have got responsibilities, we have got duties, we have got loved ones and other things that we need to cater to. But also we've got other things that are happening in our minds, various emotions. It could be pleasant or it could be unpleasant. It could be angry or it could be compassionate. It could be jealous or it could be generous. But all these things are happening to our minds as people who are living an everyday life. We are not monks, are we? So we can't say that we don't have the freedom to dedicate many hours of our lives to the practice of Vipassana Bhavana. But we can start. We can start by preparing our room. We can start by preparing, it could be the bedroom, it could be the sitting room, it could be somewhere during a time when everybody else is asleep, when the traffic has stopped, when it is just the correct temperature in your house in order to do this. And start with just 10 minutes of just sitting in that posture. Remember, my friend said the posture is important. Sit for 10 minutes in that posture and just think about what we've discussed today and understand that yes, I am not seeing anything anymore. My eyes are closed, but I'm still hearing some slight sounds. But those sounds I can slowly ignore and not think about them. My taste, there's nothing in my
Not
mouth.
closing your
I have
mouth.
closed my mouth. Zero taste. My smell, I have
You have to select the
the
without
right environment. So in my house here, it's clean. There is, I cooked something in the morning. There's nothing left. There is no strong smell or odor. In my, on my skin, I've got nothing that is giving me too much heat or too much cold sensations. No pain, no scratches or itches. We're fortunate. No internal aches and pains at the moment. If there was, I'd take some ibuprofen or paracetamol and knock it out. No problem with that. And then I will sit and think about nothing. Nothing. Just sit. That is it, isn't it?
Yeah. But when we are practicing Vipassana meditation, nothing achieved, emptiness only. But you are practicing Samatha Bhavana, you can create some magical things. You can cure the other diseases. You can read others' mind also.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is people like the Samatha Bhavana.
Oh.
They can achieve magical things.
Oh.
In here, nothing achieved, only emptiness.
Okay. So, what is your intention? To reach Nibbana. If your intention is something else, then that's a different topic. We are on the topic of achieving Nibbana, and that is with the type of meditation that we have described today. So we thank you very much for joining us at our 6th discussion. We will do some more. Yeah, we will do some more. And please give us some feedback, ask us some questions. We'll be happy to respond. Thank you very much. Goodbye for now.